A life is there in you which has no language, which has no definition, which has no measurement. It's a happening all over, all the time. It's such a vast thing. Every moment, every second, millions of planets are even destroyed and created. There are millions of black holes which is swallowing millions of planets, and at the same time there are millions of white holes which are creating new planets. Evolve the self, better the world, love all. Let's join to uplift the human consciousness. See, the question is mainly, sometimes I feel joy and happiness, and sometimes I feel bored and I feel to share these moments with a partner. See, for this, we need to understand what is life and how I am approaching towards life, and why I have this mode of living in my life. See, basically, to have a state of life in which I am not limited by, in any way, at any situation, my mind is perceiving the situation. Meaning, sometimes I am feeling very joy and happiness. Sometimes I may be feeling angry, aggressive, or bored, lonely, whatever. This state of perception should not decide as a quality or an approach towards life what I have, and it should not be a deciding factor. Meaning, I will go on elaborating it. Let's say if I am joyful or happy or feeling bored, lonely, angry, aggressive, or whatever, why that state, what I am feeling, should be a leading factor of my life feeling. Leading factor of my life feeling means, why any such one thing should become a parameter to measure the infinite state of life. These are all very natural part and parcel of life. Sometimes I feel joy and happy, sometimes I may feel bored or angry, aggressive. See, here people get attached due to a prejudiced state of mind. Get attached means they get attached to a concept that life means I should be joy and happy. Or life means there should not be any boring moments. Life means I should not be in the moments of anger and aggressiveness. See what happens when you don't want to be that. Let's say if you don't want to be bored, or if you don't want to be angry, aggressive, or feeling lonely, that you don't want to be is giving the intensity to that feeling. I don't want to be bored, that's why my boring is bringing an intensity to me. So here, what you need to understand is the state of mind which is naming, selecting, and viewing life from the angle of joy, happiness, boring, angry, aggressiveness. So, a life is there in you which has no language, which has no definition, which has no measurement, and you go on trying to sticking to a language what you are developing to that infinite beingness. That's why people, they try to stick to joy and happiness, and even though they want or don't want, they try to stick to the boredom. Suppose if you are feeling bored, okay, you know that you are feeling bored, why you will not be able to come out of it? If you are feeling angry and aggressive, why you are not able to come out of it? Why you are still sticking to it? What identification? Because it's a separation from who you are. Who you are is beyond all this. Who you are is all pervading self. It's an omnipresence thing. A true matured person or a spiritual person or a evolved person means he will not develop any identification process with any happening. Then even for 1 second also you are not there. Here what I mean to say is, if you are feeling bored, it appears, oh, I am alone in my home, I don't have anything to do, I don't have a partner to share it, or will my life will continue like this, will there be any change in my life, so what will be my future? So like this boring, sadness, or angry, aggressiveness, whatever. So that itself indicates your impurity. Impurity in the sense, see, however the opposite person may be, whatever the situation may be bringing you a sadness, angry, or boring, or life situation, whatever you call, nothing is about the other. It's about you. It's about your own language. It's about your own learned process. It's about your own opinion, what you have towards that happening. And the separation of the happening. Let's say, for example, if you are bored, okay, you are bored, somewhere someone is in celebration. Definitely, someone is dancing, someone is sleeping, someone is eating. In the same way, if you are angry and aggressive, someone may be smiling, someone may be rejoicing life. So here, in the sphere of happening, There are many happenings are there simultaneously, and why you are choosing only this happening? So this attitude of making choice and attitude of naming it, attitude of receiving it as my life, in my life it's happening, in my life nobody should tell like this, in my life I should not be in such a situation where I am getting bored. So like this, a very strong language you have, or a choosy approach you have towards life, it indicates. That's why even if you know the great philosopher Jiddu Krishnamurti, very beautifully he says, choiceless. Life should not be choosy. Choiceless life means all inclusive. What you will choose, the moment you choose, you end up being that only. So out of millions of happenings, why a particular happening gets related to you? Of course, your body may be there in that space and time. But beyond that, what it is indicating is your state of life is limited to your body presence, or a happening, this infinite happening of this vastness is getting limited to what a space and time occupied by you. What may be appearing as a so deciding factor of your life is nothing to someone. That's why don't get attached to the ego. Ego means this separation. Ego means the definition what you have. Ego means which is choosing one happening as it's happening to me. This should be very fine tuned, and the moment you grow with this wisdom, you will never going to relate a happening to it's happening to me. No, it's a happening all over, all the time. So do you think any happening will stop? When you see the spectrum of happening, it's such a vast thing. Even it's such a big thing, like every moment, every second, if you look at the universe in its vastness, millions of planets are even destroyed and created. So there are millions of black holes which is swallowing millions of planets, and at the same time there are millions of white holes which are creating new planets. So it's a happening at a bigger range, or at a family range, at an individual range, at a country range, at a region range. So it depends on your own boundary of considering as I. So that boundary has to be crossed. Creation is to live. Oh, I live, you live, every animal lives, so let all live. Out of that oneness, one world, one humanity. That is possible only by making a truthful journey of Aham Brahmasmi, knowing I being the all. How to access it? That is only with knowing of the self. That gap, that space. Evolve the self, better the world, love all. Let's join to uplift the human consciousness.